Hello everybody, Tommyruin here, and in World of Warcraft there are 6 main forces of magic. We've got Arcane, Fire, Frost, Holy, Shadow, and Nature, and all of these are utilised in some kind of DPS range spec, apart from Holy. Well, in this video I'm going to show you how you can make your own Holy Crusader build in Project Ascension. As you may have guessed, the core philosophy of this build is doing damage using holy magic. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Well, there are a few holy damage spells which you can pick up in Project Ascension. You can pick up Holy Fire, Holy Nova, and Smite from the Holy Priest tree, and in the Holy Paladin tree you can pick up Consecration, Exorcism, and Holy Shock. Holy Shock is a talent which you get at level 40. Now all of these abilities are used in the build as they all serve a different purpose. Smite is your casted filler ability which you use when the rest of your abilities are off cooldown. You then have Holy Shock which you can pick up at level 40, which is an instant cast, high crit, high damage spell, and it's really recommended that you use this on cooldown as well. You then have Holy Fire, which is a dot and it also does damage on hit, which has a 10-second cooldown. And then you have Exorcism, which does high holy damage to a target and it's on a 15-second cooldown. And what you want to do is rotate your cooldowns of Holy Shock, Exorcism, and Holy Fire and weave in some smites in between. And if you're doing AoE DPS, you then have Holy Nova and Consecration. The interesting thing about this build is the fact that to do AoE DPS you have to be within the mobs you are fighting. So you can drop a Consecration underneath all the mobs and then use Holy Nova. In my opinion, there are a few mandatory talents to get this build up and running. In the Holy Priest tree there is a tier 1 talent, Holy Specialization, which increases your critical effect chance of your holy spells by 5%. You then have Divine Fury in the row below, which reduces the casting time of your Smite, Holy Fire, and Heal and Greater Heal spells by 0.5 seconds. And what we are interested in is the Smite and Holy Fire cast time. Then lower down, we have Searing Light, which increases the damage of your Smite, Holy Nova, and Penance spells by 10%. We also have Holy Reach, which increases the range of your Smite and Holy Fire spells, and the radius of your Holy Nova. And then one of the most important talents in the Holy Tree is the Surge of Light, and your spell criticals have a 50% chance to cause your next Smite or Flash Heal spell to be instant cast and cost no mana. And this is a really strong effect because when you're using Holy Nova, when it crits there's so many Surge of Light procs, so you really need to weave in these smites when you can because they're instant cast. In the Discipline Priest tree there is Twin Disciplines, which increases the damage done by your holy spells by 5%. In the Holy Paladin tree we have Divine Favour, which gives your Holy Shock spell a 100% crit chance. We also have Holy Power, which increases the critical damage of your holy spells by 35%, meaning you do really beefy crits. And then we have Holy Shock, which I mentioned previously. Because of the Surge of Light talent, you can also do really nice heals using Flash Heal as they're free and instant cast. So if you want to pick up Flash Heal as a heal, then that is a very good recommendation from me. In terms of other abilities to take, that is completely up to you, but I quite like mana regen and mana buffs, so Arcane Intellect, Blessing of Wisdom, Mage Armor, and Water Shield are ones which I really like to take. And then I also take Flame Tongue Weapon for extra spell power. Now I don't really like to decide what abilities people should take for them, so the rest of your ability points can be spent on whatever you like. But my idea for this build, for me, is to make it a hybrid damage healer build, and I'll weave in some heals and some damage when I can. One thing is for sure though, at level 60 I'm going to be picking up Penance as my last piece of the puzzle. Penance is a channeled heal / damage ability from the Discipline Priest tree, and as far as I'm aware it's going to be the last jigsaw piece to complete this Holy Crusader puzzle. This build really gets going around level 30, so I recommend starting it then, but by all means start whenever you feel like it. This build is one of my favourites which I've made on Ascension so far. It's something which you cannot do in retail WoW as you just don't have the resources to do it. But here it's possible, and that's why I like it so much. And not only that, it's rather viable too. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video and have any suggestions for the build or any recommendations or upgrades, leave them down in the comments section below. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all very soon.